Good morning, day, night, evening, afternoon, everybody. Welcome to episode 2 of this beginner Trickster. Let's turn on the music a little bit. Might be a little bit too loud, right? There we go. We did, I think, everything up to Act 3, like the end of Act 3 last time. So let's start with Act 4, which means we're gonna start in Astrakhan Mountains rather than Astrakhan Valley, I think. Because we did like I did show you guys the skip that you can, don't do the skip, like you don't need to do any skips if you're like new to this game, honestly. Just play the game, just enjoy it at your own pace, take your time, follow this guide if you would like to, you don't have to though. So we have Falcon and Bat, right, and we were working on, also we have Hunters as well already, and then we were working towards like Mogdrogan the Wolf, right, and so on. Which is why we take Owl and also probably Knight Tadon, because then we can remove the red here. Okay, let's start by just doing quests, which means, yeah, just like proceed with the main quest in Astrakhan Valley, I guess. Yo, serious Stan, Jaffa, welcome guys, welcome. Mob Testing Grounds Master. Dude, Mob Testing Ground map was really nice to test out mobs, but I guess it wasn't for other things in this game. I like in modding rather. Okay, so how do we play this character right now? We have Shadow Strike movement, right? We have, this is our debuff. We have Ring of Steel for bleed and the spirits for even more bleed, right? And of course like Grasping Vines, just as a one pointer to like apply the devotion, right? Yo, Engineer, Blue Gem, welcome guys. Crab Turtle, how you man? I'm doing a lot better now already. Yeah, I did have to chill a bit this week because I was basically, yeah, ill for 3-4 days. Happens, right? Happens to the best of us. So we have this quest, right? If you have the quest, the Sacred Ashes already, you are basically like being told to go over here into this area. But you can also like just leave a portal here and then like go to the next rift gate first and then come back here. So let's do that. Would I be doing a Diablo Immortal meme stream when it comes out? Wait, does it actually come out at some point? Did they not scrap it? Wait, do we have a release date for Diablo Immortal now? Like actually? Yo, Wretched, welcome. And Sidicus, how you guys doing? It is coming. It is actually coming. Interesting. But isn't it like mobile only? I mean, I guess you can like play it via like BlueStacks, like emulator, like phone emulator on a PC as well. Dude, this build right now is so chill to play, honestly. Like, you just, I mean, okay, these reflective mobs are gonna like take a little bit longer to kill, of course, but other than that, you just press like W, R, your vines.
Good, you're back.
And chill, right? I also don't die to Aether Fire, maybe. Yo, Wretched with the gifted sub to Jafar. Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much. Thank you for the support, guys. Okay, once you have this portal, right, you can go back to your personal portal at Fort Icon here that we left for the Tomb of the Archon. So now we can go down here and proceed with the Sacred Ashes quest, right? This one over here, which we are which we are supposed to do because of comments chosen, right? App Store says June 30th. Alright, I mean, I guess maybe. But that also implies that I have to buy that game, right? I don't know. I really want to buy Diablo Immortal even. I mean, can you play it on PC? Because like, I don't have a phone that can play anything. Like, I can't even play Candy Crush on my phone, I think. Like, if you can only play it on phone, I'm not gonna play it, like, forget about it. Isn't it free, actually? Oh, maybe it's free. That's nice. Yo, Blender, welcome. I have no idea if it's, like, free or not. Shields are just offhands that don't require spirit. Yeah. I mean, it depends, right? If you're playing a class that has like block recovery and percent block synergy, like a soldier or an oathkeeper, then it is kind of worth like going for more of that. But I would still say it's like a worse priority than many other stats, honestly. We just push here, right? We want to push for Oakskin, I think. And then all other classes, like for example a Trickster, that has like no shield synergy whatsoever, you're basically just using a shield to get like physical resistance on the shield as well as on its prefix. And other than that, you just treat it as an offhand, right? It's literally like you don't care about any of the block stuff. You just care about it like giving you Fizzras and then like, yeah, treating it as basically an offhand. I mean, you can like make pretty like cool max block warlords, right? I guess. Or other like classes that contain mostly soldier. But other than that, I feel like block is more like a nice to have on top, but never really like that amazing. It's like armor, right? Like block is like armor, except worse, or like not necessarily worse, but like less consistent. Okay, I mean, you can also go through this area or just like go into this corner and click here, right? New Corvin armor has +3 to Blade Spirits. Wait, what? They added more +3 to Blade Spirits sources? Welcome in Star Wars, by the way. That sounds insane. What the fuck? What? I mean, yeah, I am playing on the test patch right now, right? I'm not sure if this change will make it to live, but I mean, I assume all the like plus skills on faction gear will make it to live, right? Wait, is that even like a faction gear or is it like the other green one? Yo, Sparta, welcome on. Oh, it's the Acid Vitality armor. It's good only for leveling. I mean, can't you play like Vitality Spirits later as well? Like with Demon Slayer set? I mean, I guess Demon Slayer has its own chest, right? So yeah, it's like a leveling chest for Demon Slayer in a way. Like if you want to play like a Demon Slayer Reaper later, then you can use that for leveling to kind of like pretend that you're already a Demon Slayer even though you're not. Yeah, that's the drop, right, from the Corvin guys. Makes sense, makes sense. Over here in the tomb also there's a loose torch you can collect, right? This will open up a secret path over here, and behind the secret path you have a crypt, which has a shrine as well in there. Yo, Sartorius, welcome on, thanks for the prime. 8 months already, thank you so much for the support. How are you doing? Yeah, I hope my voice is not like too bad today. I mean, it's not perfect yet, but also I wonder like how long can I even stream today. We'll see. Right, we'll see. Hopefully longer than last time, but we shall see. Alright, you can kill this guy Necrothon down here. He has a medal he can drop that is like unique to him. Like a green medal. He didn't drop it though. We did get leg plates of valor though, which are insane, right? Leg plates of valor are probably like the best blue pair of pants, like generically speaking at least, that you can get for level 40. And then you have a powered for level I think 75. Like those two are just insane. So we have our pants for level 40 already basically, right? We're not gonna have to look for anything else now. That's pretty convenient. Nice shirt. Hydrate a lot, I need it. Yeah, I should actually hydrate even more. Wait, nice in real life shirt or nice nice in-game shirt? Also, welcome on Rugby League. How are you doing? Also, am I even like wearing this correctly? I mean, whatever. I've been basically like this week living like a hobo, right? At least I showered today. But like whenever I'm like ill, it's like yikes. I don't know. Can't do anything. Playing Aether Spaghetti Spellbinder. That's nice, that's nice. Aether Spaghetti. Sounds delicious. Alright, so we got the shrine down there, right? Now we can proceed to kill Marketer here. If you have sided with the other faction, right? If you have sided with the Vigil, then there will be another boss for you down here. I mean, it doesn't really matter which one is here for this build. Neither of them really like has anything to offer for the specific build at least. But they do have like 2 unique drops that you can get, so on other classes it might matter more which one you side with and then which boss you can encounter here and whose item you can farm from this boss, right? Well, since we have upgrades for the pants for level 40, we also want upgrade for the boots, right, for level 40. Because we're not gonna like use a single explorer's foot pads anymore, right? I assume. But then again, this one is not really good either, right? At least not for this build. Okay, let's put these good pants over here. And we can check out these maybe. Survival loss of fortitude. I mean, they have like additional movement speed at least, right? But other than that, no resistances. Explorer's foot pads also don't really have any resistances, right? Like the bleed rest is kind of like bleed rest overall is not like the most important resistance. What are these? Star Out of the Winter Storm. I mean, these have elemental rest at least. Maybe we can use those if we don't find anything better. Yo, Confuzzled, welcome on, welcome on. Yo, Michio, welcome. Bleed again? I mean, what do you mean again? It's still the same character. I haven't been playing at all since the last time. Like I was just ill and yeah. I don't really play off stream Grim Dawn. Yo, Zulaf, welcome on, welcome on. But yeah, speaking of spaghetti, right? We should look at your Vitality Spaghetti build, right, Michio? I've been postponing it since forever, basically, because I wasn't feeling well last time.
Good, you're back.
Yo, old and knackered. Welcome back, welcome back. Thank you so much for the 4 months. How are you doing now? Alright, down here in the armory, just make sure to click on this chest here, because this one is gonna drop you the, well, Legion supplies, right? That is one of the quest items you need here. Or like that is, yeah, it's like one of 2 quest items that you need here. The other one you're gonna get from the boss in here. Yeah, I am feeling a lot better, otherwise I would just still lie in bed, I guess, today and cry. I mean, not stream at least. Dude, I've been modding over like Grim Dawn modding yesterday. I mean, what the fuck, dude? Like the modding tools are sometimes so bad. And also I'm sometimes so bad at modding, like it's unreal. How can you be so pig-pega, man? Grim Dawn works in mysterious ways, at least for me. Alright, we just try to dodge stuff, apply Ring of Steel, apply our stuff, let the Bleed Spirits kill him, right? Yep. Seems good. And we got the Heavy Explosives, which is the other quest item we need, right? Just learn to mod forehead. I'm trying. I am trying. when like you try to add one thing to a testing map and then like that one thing that you do, literally the first thing you start doing after like taking a break from modding, breaks your entire map. That's kind of like, I don't know, it's a little bit frustrating to say the least. Especially when you did like 20 other things before that, which worked fine like 2 or 3 months ago, and then you come back to it and you start doing one little thing, and like that one little thing like breaks everything, and you don't even know why and how. And when you figure out how, it doesn't even have to do anything with the one thing you added, it has to do with something else you added like 4 months ago, which for some reason always worked fine until you then added another thing on top, and then that old thing started to not work with that new thing, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever, because they're not like connected in any way. But oh well. That was a very weird experience. By the way, I did the Retaliation Ignafar Paladin. Not as bad as I thought, or as we thought, and the offense is getting mega buffed in the test patch. That's nice. Did you also try it on the test patch as well? Or just on the live patch? Might have to close my blinds here. The sun is brighter than I thought it would be today. Alright, back to Nerd Cave mode. Feels good, man. Just playing in the live patch though. Alright. I've never played an Nightblade before. It's the only class I've never actually played to mix with anything fun enough. I mean, Nightblade is not necessarily the most beginner friendly to play overall, I would say. It is very fun though, like... I think especially like dual wield melee Nightblades with Shadow Striking, like with low cooldown Shadow Strike are really cool. But yeah, not the easiest to play for sure. Thus, Bleed Trickster is, I would say, easier to play than most other Nightblades. Afraid of the Sun plays Bleed. Okay, I mean, of course, you could like go back and hand in the quests. And if you're like new to the game, you should probably do that, and also you should like explore all the maps, right? Doing a full clear on these maps is never bad, because there are lots of secrets in this game, and yeah, I mean, if you do full clears, then you learn the map, and the maps aren't randomly generated, so taking your time to learn the maps is totally fine, because the maps are gonna be like worth learning if you want to play this game more than once. So that you like know where to go next time. I found some pretty decent shoulders. I'm still using Isaac's shoulders for some reason. These are like Act 1 shoulders, right? What am I doing? These seem a lot better already. Nothing about it has actually interested me. I wanted to dual wield, and then I usually just use the relic to enable it. Makes sense, makes sense. I mean, yeah, other than dual wielding, it has like nice weapon pool skill support for dual wielding. But the other like more flashy stuff is actually more caster oriented, right? Like the Phantasmal Blades or the Blade Trap, which I mean, Blade Trap's kind of like all extra flash freeze, right? It only works with certain limitations. I think actually Nightblade is a very nice support class. Like the Pneumatic Burst line and this line down here is pretty good as a support. But then again, it also doesn't have an exclusive, so you can only use it like as a support class if your other class already has a like exclusive basically, otherwise it's not really that good of a support class. Like, it's certainly not on the same level when it comes to like being a support class as, say, Inquisitor or Occultist or even Arcanist, right? Or even Soldier, maybe. But Magnetic Burst is really nice. I should also like get some more points there. I don't really need it yet, but I will need it very soon. Because bleeding builds have no way to heal themselves, really. Apart from, well, devotions and not getting hit and like using pots, but you do want to heal in other ways as well, and Pneumatic Burst will provide you with one of the ways to heal as well. There's a weapon set next in Ortos. Oh yeah, that's really nice for a Saboteur, for example, or I guess an Infiltrator also can use it, right? Next in Ortos, yeah, Demon Outblade, yeah, Saboteur. Yeah, Fire Strike is pretty fun. I would say Fire Strike on melee is a little bit less flashy than on ranged, because, well, only ranged Fire Strike gets those additional projectiles from the... what's it called again? Brimstone? I mean, melee also gets the damage of Brimstone on the initial hit, but it doesn't get the projectiles, right? Like, it doesn't get the spread. So, you might have noticed I put a portal here at Duskcraft, right? It's like the same trick again, right? We leave a portal here, we go to the next waypoint, and then go back to the portal. Just as we did with the Tomb of the Archon, right? Same thing here. Devotion, Swarm, Blade Spirit. I have the Falcon on Blade Spirits, I think, and Bat on Devouring Swarm right now. And then I have Grasping Vines as a one-pointer to proc the Huntress? Like the Rend, the bleeding resistance reduction proc from Huntress. Alright, and the reason why we want to put a portal here and go into the Black Sepulchre is also, again, mostly because there is a shrine down here, and you want those devotion points like ASAP, right? The sooner you get them, the more powerful your character is gonna be, and also the sooner you get the actives from those devotions, the sooner they can start leveling with you. So getting them like ASAP is always nice. Yo, Ground Zero, how you doing, man? Have you become Elden Lord yet? Dude, after seeing you fight Malenia and then seeing Malagant fighting Malenia yesterday, I mean, I'm not saying you didn't play well with the Mimic tier, but...
Ah, I've been expecting you, human.
Yo, Wild Mac, welcome on, thanks for the Prime. Thank you so much for the support. How are you doing? Welcome into the Bloomers. Never Elden Lord. Forever Sag Lord. Yeah, I mean, any summon helps. I feel like Mimic helps a lot. But yeah, any summon helps, always. I mean, summons do help on that game. Like, people can say, yeah, but summons don't help that much, or blah blah, right? I guess for some fights it doesn't change that much if you use a summon or not, but overall, like, summons do make the game easier, of course. I mean, they're there for a reason. But it's also fine, right? Like, if people enjoy playing pet builds in general, or like enjoy using summons, then, or just want to have like an easier experience overall, then they can just use them, it's fine. I'm not judging them. And maybe I am, but... So what do we use for shoulders here? I don't really need
Good, you're back.
Aether Rust yet, but I will soon.
Wiedmark reminded me I have Abraham sub, so you might as well take it while I'm here. It's a suppository part.
Yeah, Zula, thank you so much for the resub as well. Thanks for the prime. Very much appreciate it. These have insane armor though, right? Like this has only 184. This has 322 armor, what the hell? I would lose Vit, Aether, and Pierce Rust there. But gain Elemental. I wanna use a different belt soon, right? I wanna use the +1 Nightblade belt that I can buy from the Black Legion. Once I'm respected with Black Legion at least, which I should be soon. Maybe if I actually like hand in their quests, I will be respected, right? Also, Carmen's Chosen should have me at respected now as well, right? There we go. We have reached level 40. What can we buy here now? We can buy Black Tallow, that's really nice. Blessed Whetstone will be needed later. Blessed Steel, same thing there. Haunted Steel, really good actually for certain builds. For this one right now, not that much, and I don't think I need it for like other recipes really. Also, you can buy their like shoulders. These have 5% Physics. Oh, these also have Physics. What the fuck? This is for health and retaliation. Also, Chaos Rust is nice. Poison Chaos Rust on these. And this is very similar to what I have already, right? +2 to Oak Skin though. Oh, that might be nice as well. Sure, we can buy this and maybe this as well, right? Why not? Then also sell them stuff, right? We sell them like this. All of us basically. Wait, we need to look at boots, right? Aggressive the Feather Step. Imagine not using all the tools available to you. Yeah. Should really get just a dance pad and play Grim Dawn with that. The re-meta. Or Guitar Hero guitar, yeah. Like a Wii Fit controller for Grim Dawn. Lightning and Poison Runes. No, I don't need that, right? Ancient, Chaos Rust. I don't need that much Chaos Rust either. So we got those fancy Karl's Chosen gear now. Got the Legion supplies, we got these blueprints. It is basically time to switch my gear around a bit. But I do want to check out the Black Legion gear as well first. How are you doing, Zapply? Welcome, welcome. Summons stock arrive. You got gifted Fury emotes and showed Alkaiser. And then you got banned. So now I have to ban you as well, or what?
Good work, we cannot.
You did get banned? Classic. Wait, I'm still not friendly with them. Dude, they're so picky, they don't like me. They still don't like me, what the fuck? I mean, we could make them like us quicker, I guess, if we decide to kill Anastasia, right? Anastasia is basically her own faction, like the Outcast faction, and you can either side with her or kill her and like go hostile with her. Usually I would say on a fresh start it's better to stay friendly, because she also has a shop and like more options for gear available to you, but I don't think she has like anything for bleed actually, right? She's like more elemental, aether, caster kind of stuff, right? So we don't need any of that, right? We're not a real caster. Let's just kill her then. Because killing her, right, if you kill her, you will gain reputation with the Black Legion a little bit quicker, so... Oh shit, maybe we should like get more Aether Rest before trying to kill her though. Okay. Also she drops you some pants. I mean, these are pretty useless now. She has like 2 different ones, maybe the other ones are better actually, not sure. You also have an art gift, so you get to use the scroll again. Oh, the wiggle, the art wiggle, yeah, that's pretty nice. The only thing about her shop are good looking dresses for illusion purposes. Yeah, I guess so. I feel like for a new player she can still be somewhat useful, maybe. I don't know actually. Required to respect it 100. Really? I guess we're doing the side quest then, Silicon Valley. Yo, Fromage, welcome on, welcome on. Alright, so they're telling me to go to the Tomb of Korvac, right, which is here in Silicon Valley. And yeah, kill some cultists down here. We can do that, right? Not the first time we kill these guys. This is also actually the best place to farm those Chthonian Seeds of Binding, if you ever want to farm those. Right, these over here. These only drop from the, well, cultists, not the Chthonians themselves, like not from the demons, only from the cultists. And you have a shit ton of cultists down here, like trying to summon, I don't know who, but... Farming reputation in normal, Pepega. I'm literally only trying to get to friendly, come on. I mean, generally I would say farming reputation is a waste of time in normal, yes, I agree. But if you need like 100 reputation, and you have like a side quest that you can do anyway, I mean, might as well like get that 100 reputation, right, to then like get a +1 all skills belt to your class that you're using as your main. I think that's worth it. Alright, respect it, there we go. And now we can go here and buy the... Well, we can also buy All-Around's Blood if we want, Ballistic Plating if we want, Fortitude Relic if we want, Arcane Spark if we want. But what we're actually for here is the Legion belt, right? This one is a level 35 Nightblade belt, which has +1 all skills to the Nightblade class. Now you can craft these at any smith of your choice. If you craft a smith, make sure to always check out the dust thing here. You can't see because of the cam, there we go. You have like 3 stats here, like every smith has usually something different here. The one from Black Legion has Aether Resistance, Chaos Resistance and HP. And you will get one of those 3 stats randomly on your gear, on your crafted gear, as long as that gear can basically... like, as long as it's an armor piece, so like rings and so on, right? You don't get the crafting bonus on components, but you will get it on pretty much everything else. Wait, which one was it that I needed? Whetstone, actually. Why am I crafting imbued silvers? Also, you can get a suffix or prefix on these green belts as well on top, right? Let's make some more, actually. Well, none of these gave me resistances on the prefix or the suffix. That's kind of sad, honestly. Oh well. Guess we will have to live with this. Now, do we pick of readiness or do we pick of the wolf? I mean, of readiness is also like more away in the A, and of the wolf is more physique and cunning, which also is away in the A, but also more health on top, right? I don't think I need more health though, right? Of readiness should be better. Also, you can see that, well, this one rolled with HP, this one rolled with HP, and this one rolled with Chaos Res. I mean, looking at my res right now, I guess the HP would be... Let's make another one, right? Let's make one more. They're all so bad. General's region build. Okay, general prefix has % health, OA, and then also pierce resistance, I guess, and 2% chaos res on the roll from the smith. I mean, let's just use that one, it's not too bad. Oops. Yo, Jaffa, good night, good night. And Illuminator, how are you, man? Welcome, welcome. Zapply in chat, Pog. I think for leveling, the Black Legion Smith is usually the best with Aether kills HP. Yeah, for sure. Like, Black Legion Smith is actually really good for leveling. Like, endgame, this is not really necessary anymore, because you don't want HP, Aether Res, or Chaos Res, because usually you want something else, like % armor or % physique. That scales way better. But this is really, really solid for leveling. Like, really, really nice. Rothus here, saying, what Necromancer class combination would you recommend? I tried playing my 100 Renaissance Death Knight from 2 to 3 years ago. I'm getting clapped often, I guess, but it's outdated. Is that a retaliation to Renaissance Death Knight? That should be still good, I guess, if it's retaliation. If it's not retaliation, then yeah, it's outdated. Or like it has never really been good, honestly. Alright, we got some gear switches here, right? Some upgrades on shoulders, pants, and the belt. Now we lost a lot of poisonous, actually, as I can see here. That's kinda bad. Also, I'm gonna lose tons of movement speed if I remove those explorer stuff, right? Isn't there like... Isn't there like another blue devotion I need? No, I don't need any blue devotion. I do need Lion though, right? Lion would have movement speed. Maybe I should go for movement speed on Lion first now. Huh. I mean, I guess I could. It's only 3% though. Can you use the doctor in my build? I mean, generally, yes, you can always. Today, I would like to look at it rather once I'm done with this episode today. But if you don't mind waiting until then you can already link it and we can look at it later. If that's fine for you. Not sure. Okay, I mean this gear is like not even that good, right? And the Black Legion gear is for level 50, right? The stun and entrapment rest is really nice on those though. Yeah, we should still use those. I mean, I'm super slow right now and I still need the Mark of the Traveler, right? Explorer set, by the way, is a set that you should not destroy usually. You should just keep it in your stash. So let's do that here as well, right? Because this is like awesome to use on another character for leveling again. And we want more poison rust, right? So for more poison rust we could use a... Actually, what you can also use for movement speed is also another ward stone, right? Let's make a ward stone for this amulet. And then we make an anti-venom salve for our helmet here. We are out of everything. Scaled hide, yeah, okay. Out of materials, oh well. It's fine, we're gonna get some like really soon. Another time or later? Okay. Yeah, usually you can do it whenever, but... Okay, We need to remove this component here and put a ward stone there to get more. I already had one. What am I doing? Okay, so now we have like decent movement speed again, right? 131 is not too bad. And if we get like the nodes here as well, then it's even higher. Speaking of, let's see if we can take out those pawns in a crossroad.
I sense turmoil within you.
Actually, no, we can't take out this one yet, right? If I go for Night Talon first, though, and not the... I don't have crystals anyway. Oh well. Yeah.
Farewell.
Oh well. We also have like +1 Oscars to this class, so we have like +1 here, 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 here. Especially these two mean we will deal a lot more damage. That's pretty nice. And we can go and sign with Algrim at the Necropolis now. How are you doing, Hamo? Who even needs materials anyway? Just walk around without gear, we'll be fine, trust me.
Took you long, but it appears.
I mean, if you can beat Elden Ring without gear, you can also beat Grim Dawn without gear, right? Right? Grim Dawn without gear is easier than Elden Ring without gear. Is it? Maybe it is. Is IRL without gear easier than Grim Dawn without gear? Dude, IRL is like the most pay-to-win thing there ever has been created ever, right? IRL is such a shit game, honestly. Ragrathar's Horn Infiltrator, make me a build. Yikes. Necro Summon build, no gear, no bleed, or bleed with no gear. I mean, I don't know actually. Like with literally 0 gear. What is even good with 0 gear? IRL 2.0 win. I guess summons are the best without gear, because everything else is even worse. Maybe. Last time Make Me a Build was enabled was 1 week before the season. Which season? The season that started 5 months ago? Yeah, it's already been 5 months, right? Come on. Season 4 tomorrow? Pog? Not Demolitionist for sure, he needs gear with physique, cunning and spirit. Yeah. Playing without gear is harder than playing with no masteries. Yeah, I think so too, actually. For sure. Like, gear can carry you harder than masteries, honestly. With no gear you have nothing? Isn't gear everything in Elden Ring? I mean, you also have levels, right? But I mean, levels are really only there for like for HP, right? And if you don't have a single like weapon to use or sorcery or incantations, you only have your fists, right? And then you deal like what, 2 damage per hit or 1 damage per hit. Yeah. I mean, Grim Dawn, it's at least you have pets, right? Or like spells that you can still use because they're like mastery bound and not gear bound. Like in Elden Ring, you can't even use any incantation or spell if you don't have a wand or a seal attached, like equipped, right? And Auras, yeah, true. I mean, yeah, it wouldn't even be close, but in both games, no gear is like a lot harder than no levels or no masteries, right? I would say no masteries is the same as like no levels in Elden Ring, like a level 1 playthrough maybe. Yo, GM Chaos, welcome on. Feeling better? Yeah. For sure. A lot better. Not perfect, but good enough. No gear and PoE is even harder. Yeah, no skill gems. Yeah, I mean, no gear means literally no masteries at the same time, basically. Or like, not no masteries, but no skills. Because like, skills aren't bound to masteries, but instead to, well, to your gear. Or like, rather, it's like, it's as if like skill gems are components in a way, and you can like put more than one component on a like gear piece. And then all the skills are from the components, right? That's kind of like what Path of Exile is, right? It's as if Grim Dawn only had skills on components, and that's it, right? Yeah, this is a beginner SSF Trickster. Welcome in, Philippit. Gucci Hobo, only uniques and flasks. What do you do until you have your first unique done? Like how do you use skills? You just fist enemies until they drop on unique? Yikes. You only open chests. It's not like super RNG. I mean, I know you can get on a unique like very early on PoE, but still, like, isn't the chance of getting one like early kinda low? It sounds so stupid. I mean, depends how much you like. I think like once you have your first unique, it's fine and fun to play, but before that, especially like with the first one being so RNG to get, it's kinda weak, kinda wank, kinda whack. Setup takes 30 minutes, sometimes hours. Yeah, exactly. I don't know, if you're like allowed to use like one white item at the start, that will sound like a lot more fun. Just get Tabula. Yep. Just get a Tabula like level 1. Wait, wasn't there like Expedition League where you could just gamble it from the vendor or something? You just remake characters until you like gamble it from the vendor. The very first Expedition vendor. Alright, the final seal before the final boss, at least of the old vanilla campaign. This guy has 3 stages. In stage 2, or like at the beginning of stage 2, it spawns like these Chthonian vanguards. But if you have Ring of Steel, they just die and don't deal damage. And he himself just dies as well if you like just apply all the feed stuff on him all the time. And tell your spirits to attack him. I mean, he's kind of a pushover honestly nowadays. I mean, he used to be at least a little bit stronger and more scary like years ago. But nowadays Logorian is just a meme. He does have pretty nice shoulders he can drop though, right? They always like come with OA, DA and Physiras, which are all 3 really nice stats. We got Insulating of Prowess, giving us like additional fire rest and additional cunning on top. Which is arguably not that amazing. But it's kind of still better than what I have. Just because of the OA and the A and like the Physiras maybe. But then again, like armor at this stage is equally good or even better than Physiras. Attack Zero! Alright, you can watch this at home if you want to. It's always so loud for me, I don't know why.
Excuse my father and I were
It's kind of weird they still haven't fixed the audio on that. Or like still haven't fixed so that you can change the audio volume on that. It's so weird. What is this? Glacial of Readiness? Glacial is Aetherus at least, that's not too bad. Also, once you do this, like hand in this quest, you automatically get your first unique, or like first legendary unique. You got the Shard of Astakarn, which is generally not too bad for a code Nightblade, but I'm not playing that, so. Survivalists of Haste, yo, what the hell? This makes you a super speedy boy. That's insane. Powerful carry sign. I mean, we have the Ring of Steel Metal, right? It's pretty good as well. You don't need to look at pants for like the next 20 to 30 levels, probably. These pants are insane. You have to look at maybe like chests or shoulders or pants. I mean, or boots or helmets, but definitely not on. Definitely not on pants. What do we do here? Do we use these? I mean, yeah, I guess we use these. It's fine. Let's go back to Devil's Crossing. Yo, Arkinandu, how you man? Welcome, welcome. You would never go. You've never found full Myrmidon set? Wait, what? It's actually a decent set, though, right? Is it not? other strong non-set blues. I mean, faction items, right? Yeah, as people say. They're not too bad. How are they unique if you can just buy unlimited supply? Yeah, I mean, that's true as well. What do you put on boots now? I could just use another anti-venom cell, right? We have enough scrap. Dude, I'm like using all my resources all the time. But I mean, that's fine. You're gonna get enough anyway. It's fine. Could also sell those now, I think. Am I really gonna use those? Not sure. Also, these augments, I mean, feel free to just like use them, apply them, doesn't really matter. The ones that you get from quests are kind of weak anyway, and the others are, well, reapplicable anyway as well. Yo, Astro Bloods, thanks for the follow, welcome on, welcome on. So we're done with Act 4, right? Let's go to Act 5 then, right? Act 5 is up here in the swamps. So the Corvin chest has +3 to Blade Spirits now, right? Which other gear has bonuses to Blade Spirits right now? Do you think Bleed Trickster is viable on hardcore? Yeah, for sure. Especially those like Blade Spirit, Bleed Spirit version. It's kind of a like caster, kiter, pet build hybrid. So you can play it very safely. You don't really have to like face tank anything. When you play like with the two-hander and savagery, or like dual wield and savagery, then it's a little bit more like it's way scarier to play. But if you play the safer caster / pet buildy version of it, then it's like very safe. And also like still insane damage. And yeah, it's like one of the safest hardcore builds to use to kill a crate, which is like, well, basically the hardest boss in the game, right? Alright, so I really need more points in Oakskin because well, my Aetheress sucks, right? And Oakskin does give me Aetheress. And also Oakskin, I mean, gives us Pierce Rush and armor and defensive ability. Like, it's overall a very nice aura, for sure, that you should use on any shaman. Yeah, I mean, dual wield melee Trickster, it's still, like, as long as you're a bleed, right, you're always kind of hit and run, that's true. Like, you can always, like, Shadow Strike in, proc your weapon pool skills, and then, like, disengage again, and let the enemy just bleed to death. So it's still, like, a little bit safer than maybe some other melee builds, but compared to this, it is certainly harder and less safe to play. Hey Scraboo, welcome on. How are you doing? Is your warlord still alive? Are you still pog waving your way through the acts? Oh, what am I doing? Taking off my boots. There's Bleed Guillotine melee water as well. Yeah. If you don't like Trickster, you can also play a water for Bleed, that's fine as well. I mean, water is naturally a little bit tankier, but also water can't play Bleed Spirits, like Blade Spirits for Bleed, so you can't really play as much of a pet / caster type of a build. But I mean, you can always just like, you know, blitz in, maybe stack some savagery and then use Blade Arc and then disengage again, like still play hit and run in a way. It's fine as well. Alright, please just shut the fuck up and get into this Rift Gate, thank you. This guy is always pretty annoying, not gonna lie. Alright, we got the line, we got the 3% movement speed, we have capped movement speed again, very nice, very nice. There's also another side quest here, right, with this detonation site. Find a stash. Found it. I mean, even if you play dual Bloodsongs, right, you probably always want 24 points on Blade Spirits, right? If not 26. I mean, that's kind of the thing, right? Like, Blade Spirits on Nightblade for bleed are just so good that no matter what kind of bleed build you do play, you kinda probably need 24 points in it at least, right? Otherwise your build just is not that good. Maybe, I don't know. That depends. I mean, yeah, there are setups with which you can still have enough damage even without Blade Spirits, so like with only 1 point in Blade Spirits, right? And the dual Bloodsong is one of those, that is true. But you have to like get lucky with your weapon pool skill procs, right? And if you don't get them, and like the first couple of attacks before you disengage, then you just don't do damage, and that's kind of weird, I don't know. Seems very unreliable. The damage would have good damage. Makes less sense than your brain. Wow. And yeah, you wanna like also crit with your bleeding abilities to like get the high ticks for the like entire duration of of your bleed. Alright, Caraxus. Give me your heart. Oops, nice Ring of Steel, right? I mean, look at the damage from the spirits, right? It's absolute insanity right now. Like, what is this? They just stand there and the entire totem just falls over and dies. Seems good. Don't hurt the poor crab. Rest in peace. I will make sure people will cherish your heart though. I don't know what they actually do with the heart though. Like, what does the Coven of Udenborg do with the heart of Caraxus? Do they eat it and cook it? Can I cook it and eat it? Or do they, I don't know, build a shrine around it and like praise it every day? Do they just throw it in the corner and let it rot? I have no idea. I wonder. A nice stew. More meat for the stew. They're like the only people in the entire bog that don't eat humans. That would be nice. Like a nice crab stew. Sounds delicious. Slow cooked. Sous vide. Is that how you say that even? I don't French. Je ne sais pas. I don't French. I don't use GI. Why? Why would I? I don't see a reason to use it, honestly. I don't need it. Like everything that that the Grim Eternals has that I want, they have also added to the base game already.
Whatever it is,
Like they've added component auto pickup, they've added health bars, they've added like all that stuff didn't exist some years ago on the base game, and back then I couldn't totally understand people using GI. I also use it myself, because yeah, there was no auto pickup for components, right? You had to like manually pick up all of these, especially like with partial components on top back then. Like it was a pain to pick them all up, right? And then, well, they added that, right? So now you don't have to like suffer picking up partial components anymore. And also back then there was no like health bar options for enemies or your player, right? Or the player. You can do that now as well in the game. And then Grim Eternals also like offers you other stuff, but that other stuff, I don't know. I kind of feel like you don't need that other stuff. At least I don't need it. Oops. If anything, for a new player, I would suggest you to get the rainbow mod filter. Rainbow filter mod. Rainbow filter. I mean, it's not really a mod, it's like a third-party thing that you just put in your... I don't know, it actually works. I mean, it's described on the website, like how to install and so on. Because the rainbow mod does help you understand items better, right? Like, items are generally... they have a base and then a prefix and a suffix, right? And the base can be white, yellow, green, blue, and purple, right? Blue and purple won't have prefixes and affixes. I mean, and suffixes. But the affixes can be yellow or green, and the item can be like usually white or green. And for craftables also yellow, right? And for example, like these items, right? Like all these items are green, but they're totally different. Like negating Udenborg Girdle of Readiness is green because it is a green base, right? A green implicit. Like the Udenborg Girdle implicit is a monster frequent, and those are considered rare items, and thus this is a green item. Even though negating prefix is technically only a magic, so a yellow prefix, and of readiness is a yellow suffix, right? So this is like yellow, green, yellow. And with rainbow mod filter, this would also be shown as yellow, green, yellow, right? Whereas this one, for example, is Vigorous Brigantine Mask of Voidfire, and the Brigandine Mask is just a white, like, trash item in quotation marks. Vigorous is a yellow affix, and the Voidfire is a green suffix, so this would be a white, I mean a yellow, white, green item with the rainbow mod filter, and this basically helps you understand that this is a yellow, white, green, this is a yellow, green, yellow, so this is generally worth more than this. Not necessarily in sell value, but like in power, right? You can also mostly see that by also the amount of stats that like these items give you usually. But yeah, if you're like new to this game, then getting that rainbow filter mod can help you like understand these items more. I generally like to stay as mod free as possible, or like as like add-on free as possible as well, which is why I also don't use rainbow filter mod nor Grim Eternals. But yeah, I mean, if you like those, go for it, right? You don't even need to install any executable, just download the TXT files for rainbow. Yeah, to rainbow. The rainbow filter is literally just a TXT file that you can like put in your folder, in a Grim Dawn folder, and that's more or less it, right? Yeah, like it's not really a mod. Anyway, this would be a good like two-handed weapon for example, a bleed water, right? We are not playing a bleed water though. We need to use this shield, so it will be sold. But yeah, if you're playing a water, right, this is insane actually. Very, very nice for a level 40 plus bleed water. What, I change boots here? Because these have like 482 armor, that's why. Okay, makes sense, makes sense.
See you around. Tinkering is my specialty.
Alright, keep this add-on. Why not? Right, why not? Okay, what do we gain here? Mostly armor. Oh, it's fine. And also on my main account I'm using the item assistant, which basically gives you like infinite stash. But I mean, you only need that after like a couple of characters, right? I do think the stash is pretty small in this game, but infinite stash is not something you need right away. Definitely not, because if you have that right away, then you will like start hoarding way too many items that you don't need to hoard. You need to like kind of understand the game and like its gearing system before you should have access to like infinite stash in my opinion. Which is why in my opinion it would have been nice if the game like gives you infinite stash after, I don't know, like defeating certain endgame bosses for example. But it doesn't, so oh well. You wanna keep all MIs even while leveling? I don't know. I feel like that's kinda cringe. I mean, for endgame, yeah, for endgame, I mean, you wanna like keep basically all monster frequencies and have like good affix like combinations for whatever build you wanna play with them, sure. But like for leveling, like the thing is, right? Like whenever I see a newish player use infinite stash mods like either GG stash or item assistant, I see them like put every single blue item in the game, no matter what level requirement it has in there. And then I'm like, yep, this is why Crate doesn't have an infinite stash like added as a baseline into the game. Like you don't need any of those items. Stop keeping all of them. Okay, we have finally access to the oak skin line. Let's get it, right? Let's get Nogdrogen's Pact again. Okay. I mean, the reason why we kill her here is not only because she is a mean witch, but also because there is a side quest attached to her, which we don't have yet. But if you kill her before getting the quest, you will just instantly complete the quest once you get it, so it's like fine to do those in advance, this quest. Even shitty affixes? Yeah. I mean, some affixes are really shitty though. I mean, if it has like the perfect rare plus magics affix combination, I'm not talking about like triple rares, but I'm talking about like good rare plus magic affix combinations. Like all of those you should already save. But I mean, those are like already good items in my book. Even shitty double magic? Nah, you don't keep shitty double magic, what the fuck? You don't keep like, I don't know, what's it called, like Shroud of the Sea or something like that. Like you don't keep that ever. It's not worth it. You're not gonna keep like, I don't know, Mystic of the Aether for a chaos on a chaos base item, for example, right? Like those are the actual shitty combinations, right? You don't keep that stuff ever. You keep Mystic. Percent Spirit is never good on items, because if you're Spirit stacking, you're using Arcanist, and Arcanist has percent Spirit. So what do you want? You want a flat Spirit, right? Like you don't want Mystic. If anything, you want the off Psyche suffix, right? But you don't want Mystic. Maybe Crate makes a 10k flat Spirit item. Come on now. I mean, if... Well, then you would need to farm that new item, right? And not... Level 60 Death Knight, but you keep running out of energy. Is there any specific components to use? Yeah, Arcane Spark if you are using skills with percent weapon damage, which I guess you are as a Death Knight. Right, Arcane Spark has very nice leech. It's a component for your metal. But yeah, if you don't have percent weapon damage, then it doesn't work because the flat leech on it is only applied while weapon damage. I mean, Ectoplasm if you're like really desperate, but usually at level 60 you don't want to use Ectoplasm anymore. If you're also in need of Vitality Resistance, you can use Soul Shards. These will like leech energy of enemy spells that hit you as well. That can be helpful for leech, like for energy sometimes as well. And other than that, I mean, I guess if you are using a non-physical Pierce, Bleed or Internal Trauma damage type, if you're like using one of those magic damage types, then you could also technically put some points to Spirit, because Spirit is also gonna technically scale your damage a bit. You're curious as how many Ugden Blooms I have in my stash. Well, currently on this character I only have 8, right? Because this has like no stash, this character. In my shared stash on my main account I probably have like 0 as well, because I use them all the time. I use them up so quickly. Like every new character that I make needs like 100 blooms at least, right? So whenever I make a new character, I have to like farm Ugden Blooms because I usually don't have 100 in my stash. Well, because like unless you farm these like crazy, you don't have that many of them. Donating all your blooms. You're gonna need them yourself to keep them. You're gonna need them yourself. Arcane Lance is also decent for... yeah, the minus cost is actually fine, that's true. The Arcane Lance for your amulet, right? It's not the worst either for energy. And then as Arcane Undo has said, this devotion here, right, tip the scales. Especially if you're like playing something like physical Death Knight, you want like yellow devotions anyway, right? So tip the scales is great for energy leech as well as flat resistance reduction, right? As long as you don't use, say, Razor Dead as well. It's really nice. Revenant also has some energy absorbed, by the way. You would trade 100 Wendigo Spirits for 1 blue. You probably have like 2000 Wendigo Spirits by now. Or something like that. Like those Wendigo Spirits are a lot more rare early. But like once you play this game a lot, you will just keep on using those blooms and not really the Wendigo Spirits unless you gamble, right? You get like 800 blooms. I mean, yeah, as long as you always like farm more than you make characters, then you will ramp up those bloom numbers for sure. I feel like I do make more characters than I actually farm properly though, so yeah. I never have blooms. Also, like, it depends what you farm, right? If you farm, say, Ancient Grove, or you just farm the blooms themselves, then of course you're gonna have blooms, right? But if you don't farm those areas, then you're not gonna have that many blooms. Noted. Alright, here in the Act 5, right in the bog, what do you want to do even? Well, you want to not die into blooms, you want to farm blooms and get Uten blooms, as you have just heard. And also in the second part, which is like after you find this portal, right? After that portal is basically like the second half of this bog. You want to look out for the undergrowth. The undergrowth is, well, there it is a like cave that has 3 spawn locations. We'll spawn one of those 3 locations at random per session once. If you find it, leave a portal here, and we're gonna go here later once we get to the next rift gate, right? And the reason why we want to enter that cave is because there is yet another side quest attached to that which we don't have yet, but again you can complete it like in advance. And if you want to be like efficient while leveling, like and doing these side quests while leveling, then that is a way to save time for sure. Yeah, I don't know how like Arcana do has like 800 blooms, dude. It's pretty crazy. How do you like not spend more blooms than you farm even? I mean, I guess you farm a lot. You have an insane amount of Wendigo spirits too, because they're not used for like anything useful. Yeah, I mean you can like craft certain helmets with that, right? With them. And if you're like really picky about your smith crafting bonus on them, then you can craft tons of helmets and like spend tons of Wendigo spirits as well that way. But generally not as useful as blooms, no. I mean you can also gamble with them, right? You can literally gamble them away at a certain gambler and Mammoth, right? And I'll hope to get the legendary item that you desire. This guy over here, right, you can save him or kill him. Doesn't really matter what you do, choose whatever you want to do. If you want to be like mad efficient, you just kill him. Because if you save him, right, he's gonna require a Wendigo spirit from you, and then in the end give you one back. So you're like your net gain is 0, whereas if you just kill him, you will be positive, right? You gain like 1 mat in total, like you get 1 spirit for free, or like for killing him. So when it comes to mats, it's more efficient to kill him, but like I don't know. When it comes to like the lore or like your moral your moral responsibility, or how do you say that in English even? That thing, right? Then I guess not killing him is the right play, I don't know. You're not even playing right now? You found blooms for me? Look at this. That's how you become the streamer's lapdog, right? Farm blooms for me. English 4, Rector 0, yeah, indeed. I got wrecked by English again. Wrecked by English. Grandon has no morals? Yeah, nobody has in this game, yeah, that's true. The player is not even like, don't even pretend to be like the good guy, right, when you're playing this game. Like, you're not the good guy anyway, right? Oops, spoilers. You are not the good guy in this game. Oops, spoilers again. Wasn't Art the lapdog? No, Illuminator's the lapdog. Or, oh wait, is it Art? I thought it's I don't know. I thought the meme was about Illuminator.
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
Anyway, on top of the Ugdan blooms you can get from these flowers, right? They also drop you rings. And those rings can be really, really nice. Especially the living rings, because they always roll with percent HP, which is like useful for all classes obviously, and also vitality resistance is also obviously never really bad either. And if you get like vitality on top, you get even more health. Aggressive prefix, 6% away roll here as well. Very, very strong. So even though this one gives me like some bleeding damage, but honestly it's like what, 18%? Like who cares about that, right? This will give me like 1000 more HP almost. Actually no, 600, but it's still good, right? And also, I mean the percent away is not that amazing like during leveling. 6% would be insane later, right? Right now it's not even that insane. Either way, it's still a better ring than this, like, garbage, I guess, so... We are doing the switch on the ring. I mean, these rings are even better on elemental, especially lightning builds, but... Yeah, they can be useful for like pretty much any build, honestly. Really, really nice rings once you get to the bog. We get a Blood Letters of Celerity. Why do I feel like Blood Letters is useless? Why is it only 24% damage? It's like nothing. I mean, if I was like level 10, then this would be fine, but I'm level 43, right? How is this fine? Helping feed the poor village of Bearholm is a very noble act. Fuck Bearholm. You know, their meat soup is pretty tasty though, not gonna lie. Especially when you're playing a bleed build and you're like sitting in a nerd cave and basically on your best way to become a vampire anyway. Then their like soup is suddenly very tasty. These might be decent gloves actually. What is this? Aggressive of Nature's Bounty. Lose Pierce and Aether. Why do I always lose Aetherus, man? And everything else about these gloves is insane though. Who needs Aetherus anyway, right? Oops. Don't sell components like that.
See you around.
Ignoring your comment. In reality, we're all retards. You want me to read it out? Okay. Well, that was a very clever comment.
A blessed welcome, traveler.
You're investing in bloom coins right now? Dude, bloom coins are the next big thing, I'm telling you. Maybe a runestone for the headpiece? Yeah. Maybe, right. Maybe like use an actual good component. That's a good idea. Also, once you do the switch on a ring, then you should also reapply your component, otherwise you might be left with below your desired amount of resistance. I'm talking to retards. Yeah. Dude, as much as I feel bad about Project PT's current situation, that sentence still deserves to be like memed on. Like, imagine playing the season 3 community made and then having the developers of that season in your chat and then just calling them retards, right? That was too funny. That was too funny. I mean, maybe we are retards, right? Maybe he's right. But maybe he's not right. What happened to him? You can watch his last like YouTube video, I guess, if you really wanna know. If it's even like still available, I don't know. Hey, we got the superior Wendigo Claw of Blood. This is basically exactly what I want, right? I mean, the superior prefix is whatever. But we got the of Blood suffix, which gives us % bleeding damage, and the item itself, as you can see, is absolutely insane for this build, right? So, yep, we use it. We have an upgrade for our right hand. Very nice, very nice. Sometimes RL stuff reflects online. Yeah, I mean sometimes people who feel shit about their current situation kind of vent on people that are innocent, you know. still a dick move, but in a way that's sometimes, well, maybe not understandable, but like, I mean, or it is understandable. It's not like respectable, but it's understandable, right? Yeah. I'm also like not trying to be harsh about him as a person. It's just like that one thing was still like pretty funny. I mean, you could argue you're being too harsh right now, like making fun of him saying that thing. I'm trying to make fun of him saying that thing in a as much disconnected way from him as a person as possible. I mean, if that's even possible or not, I have no idea what I'm trying to. Anyway, let's put more points to Oak Skin, right? We want that Aether and Pierce Thrust and that Armor and Defensive Ability. And for attribute points, I mean, we want to like make a mix of Physique and Cunning, right? Because we are a bleed build. There's no videos on his YouTube, right? Oh, okay. Yeah, then he... I already like kinda assumed something like that. And yeah, there's a good reason why he, I guess, has stopped streaming and has taken down his content for now. Hopefully it will come, like, recover and come back later. But yeah, he's not in the best spot, I can tell you that. Like in real life. Also, welcome in, Megafer. How you doing? Who? PoE guy, like Project PT. But yeah, I wish him all the best. Even though he's not always been so kind to us, but I mean, that's fine. Yeah, he was like pretty big once upon a time, apparently. I've never really like, I've not even known him. Like, I haven't even known Path of Exile when he was big, I think, but yeah. Oh yeah, there's another... Right, we did these like side quests here, like find the 3 totems and also like find the captured like humans, which we totally rescued, by the way. Totally rescued them. And there's another side quest you can do in advance here, which is in the Barrowhole Mine. You have to be really careful about this one though, otherwise you might fuck up the quest line and you have to like reset your session. There are like 6, I think there are more than 6 actually, but you have to like kill at least 6 of these like green crabs that are like called pit creepers, I think. Like these are gray/brown, right? And there's some that are green and also like called pit creepers, and those are basically like quest mobs. And you need to kill at least 6 of them, and if you don't... If you kill say like 4 or 5 of them, for example... Right, this one, right? Pit Creeper, it says Ugnenborg Pit Creeper here, he's a little bit more green. It's kinda hard to spot, but yeah, you have to like kill 6 of these, and if you don't have the quest, you have to like manually like basically take... how do you say that, like... Pay attention to how many you kill, right? And if you kill less than 6 and then take on the quest later, then the quest will reset to 0 kills, and then you might not have enough like creepers left in the mine because you already like killed 4 or 5, right? And then you might not be able to complete the quest without resetting the game. So then, yeah, you would have to reset the game, and that's kind of annoying. So if possible, either like finish the other side quest, like hand in the other side quests first and just get this quest before you go in here. Or if you do decide to go in here, make sure to kill all 6 of those pit creepers, otherwise it might be a little fucked up here. I mean, yeah, if you're a new player, right, just do a full clear, explore everything, as you should with all the maps, and then nothing is wrong, right? then you can't go wrong. I think there are at least 8 in here total, maybe even 10. So if you do like a full clear, there's like no way you miss the quest. This one was streaming like 3 months ago. Yeah, I think that's... I mean, he did play the GRIMTOOLS season, for example. Which was like also still live 3 months ago. But yeah, I think he basically like disappeared shortly after. Does Markovian's 5-piece cooldown reduction affect devotions, like Ozar's cooldown? Wait, is it worded like time dilation? I actually never played Markovian myself, honestly. I mean, if so, then yes, it does. You got 7777 HP. That sounds like a Twitch troll donation. Alright. Killed another crab for the stew. It's kind of funny, right? Like, we kill so many crabs, but nobody wants your crab meat. They always only want the human meat. How good is Maul actually? I think Maul is a must-have if you're not playing a two-hander. If you're playing a two-hander, then it's optional. It's still okay and decent, and if you fit it well into your devotions, then I would also play it on a two-hander, but it's not a must-have on a two-hander. If you're playing like, especially dual wield, or tons of conversion to physical, then I think it's a must-have. Alright, we sell this stuff, right? We sell this, we sell that. Sell all of that. What about Right Hand of Carnage? That is a bleeding set as well, right? The right and left. It's a ring, not a hand, but okay. Of Carnage. Dude, why is it a bleeding set with of Carnage stuff, and why does it give you +2 Ring of Steel, which literally deals no bleeding damage, and not +2 to Circle of Slaughter, where like all the bleeding damage of Ring of Steel is stored? Like, what the fuck? And then people wonder why blue sets aren't used, like blue rings aren't used, right? I mean, some of them are good, but some of them are like also really, really fucking bad. Like, why is this so bad? Makes no sense.
Come see what's left of your wares.
It's like a dude, it's like a level 30. Like what? It's being used in Wild Blood. Doesn't the Wild Blood have like different stats endgame? I mean, this one, like, does the empowered version have different plus skills or something? Or is the other ring just that good? Or is the 2-piece just that good and like the high level version of this? I mean, I'm not necessarily talking about the high level version, right? I'm talking about level 50 ring here, which has 55% bleeding damage, no resistances whatsoever, and then has +2 to Ring of Steel and not Circle of Slaughter. Now compare that to a basic Crony ring, right? Like, why would you ever play this over a basic Crony ring? Mythical version has % bleed and wit now? Yeah, but this one doesn't. This one is just absolute dog shit. And always has been, I feel like. Maybe like in some like pre-release beta patch of the game it was good. But it seems so bad now, like I can't imagine it being good like at any point in the last 3 years at least. Or 4 years. I mean, I'm not asking for every item in the game to be good, but like that was so beyond bad. Hey, Rude girls, welcome in. How are you doing?
A blessed well.
That's locked.
I am so.
Are you still enjoying slaying the Spire?
We've always had.
Okay, we'll deal with Ilaria as well. Oh yeah, we've actually sided with these, right? We've actually made sure they get their meat for the stew. Now Ilaria is another of those, well, witch NPCs, right? Witches. I'm doing good as well-ish now. I've been kinda ill the week, but I'm starting to feel better. Not fully recovered yet, but I mean, yeah, I'm getting there. Already way better than like the last couple of days, so I'm good, I guess, overall. Alright, you can decide to kill her or not, it's kind of up to you. She has another drop she can like give you, but it's not really unique to her. You can also farm Genaxia, the other one we fought earlier in the other cave, right? For the item that she can drop as well. And if you decide to spare her, she's gonna give you a free Wendigo Spirit as well again, right? So you're getting like free mats in this act if you know what to do, what the quests, right? You always kill. I mean, then you never get a free Wendigo Spirit. But then again, I mean, yeah, I would say for a new player, having a Wendigo Spirit is usually better than for someone else later. Wait, why are they here and dressed up out like this? Are they some kind of cult? Monka? I look a bit fuzzy. No Scorf Pillow yet. Dude, if Crate doesn't actually like sell that pillow and that plushie, I'm pretty sure, just like new content, we as a community should take over and make sure we get the content we deserve, right? I'm not sure if I'm gonna get sued by Crate. I mean, I probably will, right? But maybe we can like still organize something. The plushie is real? Yeah, I did see the follow-up post. Like, it might be actually real, that's true. It might be actually real. Also, it might be time to store your stuff. If you're playing, if you're actually playing hardcore and this is your actual first character, then don't store any of this in your personal stash, right? Put it in item transfer over here. I'm only doing this for personal reasons, but if you die, right, all your personal stash is also gone. So putting anything here, at least in hardcore, is kind of a dumb idea, right? You want to put all of the stuff in your item transfer over here, right? Don't... I wouldn't even use this at all, right? This is just useless. Like, why would you ever use this in hardcore? It's just useless. Like, put all your stuff here. I'm only using it here because, yeah, like, reasons. Icons are so confusing. I mean, yeah, I can't see like people put in the wrong stash there because they don't know. A good way to check if this is like your personal or your non-personal stash is by putting, like, by trying to put, for example, quest items here, right? You can put quest items like this into your personal stash here, but you can't put them in your transfer chest, right? So, like, if you can't put the stuff in your transfer chest, then you like, no, this is your transfer stash. Transfer stash, yeah. Exactly. What is she trying to tell us to do here? Slay Silvaria. Oh, right. I fucked up one thing, right? I was talking about being efficient with the Silvaria's den and the undergrowth and so on, right? Like putting a portal there, going to the next rift gate and then going back to it. Yeah, I guess I fucked it up. Oops. Yeah, usually when you go here, you want to go back to your portal that you left at the undergrowth, which was over here for us, right? And then go down there and kill Silvaria before proceeding to Barrowholm. But the smell of their stew kind of confused me, I guess. Noob, Pepelaf. I did leave a portal, but I overrode the portal because I left another one in the Barrowholm mines now, right? Oh well. GG noob. As Alcazar would say, right? GG noob. Dude, he's such a poet sometimes. Such a poet. If your character dies on hardcore, does it mean you lose all items? Yeah, you lose everything that you have on your character, in your bags, and in your personal stash. Everything is lost. The only thing you keep is you're gonna keep blueprints, because it's not your character keeping them, it is, well, the smith keeping them, right? Or like the... what? The... I don't know. The communion of like... Smiths of Cairn or something that's like keeping all those blueprints for you, not yourself. And you're also keeping whatever is in your transfer stash, right? At the smuggler, right? I don't even know why the personal stash exists. Like, it's so stupid. Like, why does it even exist? And like, why do you lose your personal stash at the smuggler when you die? Like, it's still at the smuggler, right? Like, how do you lose that? Honestly, the smuggler should not have any personal stash whatsoever, and it should only be shared stash, right? It doesn't even make any sense that it's like a personal stash in the first place. You won't be able to play next league anyway, you think? You don't have access to PC? Are you gonna serve the army? Oh, you're right, yeah, Greek army is kinda long in Monk, that's true. Stash items all gone? I mean, if you die, right, you have to put it in the right stash. If you die... if it says item stash, right? This stuff here. If you put stuff here and you die, all of this is gone. If you put stuff here, right? Like if you click on item transfer and then you are in the item transfer and you put stuff here and you die, this will not be gone, right? These items will be saved. These are like account wide, so to say, right? These are safe. Everything that you put here is safe. Everything you put here is not safe. Ground Zero where? Come on, he doesn't have the average NA education.
Come see what's left of my wares.
What is grease? Magic grease from Elden Ring? Yeah. You can put grease on your weapons, right? Haha. Okay, we don't need any of that, right? Just stop. And we need to go to the Chaos Rift here. Do you also know where Georgia is, though? That's like the thing that always confuses an Americans, I think. Do you know where Georgia is? Like the independent country Georgia, not like the DNA state Georgia. Georgia's just north of Florida, easy kappa? Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Georgia's east of Mississippi? Yeah, exactly. I mean, you're not wrong in a way, I guess. If you ask Putin, then Georgia's in Russia. Well, at least South Ossetia is, right? Independent kappa? Ground Zero is working for the KGB confirmed. Asked Putin, then Finland is also in Russia. I know where you're coming from, but that's a little far-fetched compared to the others. Corpse Desecrator. That's a bleed item as well, right? Right? Nope, it's not. Dude, bleed has like no items, right? Like if this item didn't exist, then what do you even use as an item? Yeah, that's true. Whenever we go political here, then if Enfield is not here, it's just tame and boring compared to... I mean, it's not tame and boring, but if he's here, it just gets like completely ridiculous. Let's say that, like, let's put it that right. Remember my first ban? Yep, I was told to suck Obama's dick or something, right? I mean, I don't mind like different political opinions, but like telling me to suck someone's cock is a little offensive to me, at least. I don't know. I don't know about you guys' standards, but it was a little offensive. I didn't even say like Obama was an overall like great president or anything, right? I didn't even say that. I just said he's like not as bad as some others, and that's what got me like the just suck his dick then comment. Nice. Anyway, this guy here, Ekadzul, right? Yeah, you just don't get hit by the volcano. You don't get hit by his other like chaos spikes. I guess if you have like good rest, then it's fine. But... and then you just kill him. Right? It's kind of a pushover at this stage if you're following this build, I would say. Proud like a god. Welcome on, welcome on. Hello, hello. Unless Mike wants you to, in which case he's flirting. I guess, yeah. I mean, I have never tried, so I don't know. You might like it. Suck a chicken, on the other hand. What?
Is that you? An unfortunate accident, my
Algrim, we found him. Alright, if you guys don't have this achievement yet, you can actually fight him and get a hidden achievement. You have to tell him that you're the Emperor, or like pretend. You're kind of a bad pretender apparently though. But yeah, you can fight him then, and then have a friendly brawl, right? A brawl under friends. Between friends, rather. He is not the easiest fighter, I'll tell you that. So if your build is shit, then you might actually die here. But if your build is not shit, then you shouldn't die here either. Right, Agrim is a god, in a way. But when he's weakened like this, he's not that hard. And I mean, you're not actually killing him anyway, you're just like having a friendly brawl, right? Is Mike still in my basement? He may or may not be in my basement, yeah. That may or may not be correct. Are you guys watching like MSI? Are the mid-season invitationals happening again right now? Mike has unironically retired for streaming. Yeah, that is correct. I wonder if we can like get him on the... at least on like a pre-season show again. Maybe. LEC semis? Oh, okay, okay.
It's good. You're oh, to the
It's like pre-MSI stuff. LOL, Omega lol. Dude, I haven't played that game in ages. It's still a good game though, objectively, I think. But it's not an easy game either. Especially like having to deal with all those people that you're playing with is not easy either. It's really only like fun when you play with friends, honestly. But to become better, you also have to play alone. So, yeah. No LOL, it's not a good game. I don't know, I think LOL is actually still a good game. It's just, I don't know, ridiculously like time intensive. And also, I mean, I don't know, I did like LOL the most maybe like 8 years ago. Like most of the new additions have been a little over the top in my opinion. But I mean, if you guys like highly mechanical gameplay, then it's not really worse. It's probably just as good or even better now than back then. League of Toxicity. I mean, every online game is kind of toxic in a way, right? Compared to people playing Call of Duty online, for example, I found like League of Legends players to be pretty tame. I mean, I guess some people do still, I don't know. How long am I gonna play today? Probably like another 3 hours. 2 to 3 hours. I'm gonna finish normal difficulty here on this character, that's for sure. And then, I don't know, maybe just GRIMTOOLS, or maybe some Elden Ring. We'll see. And also I have to like go through Forgotten Gods after this, so I'm still gonna like be on this character for a while. So it was Apex now. Apex is the new Call of Duty. I don't know, I've never played Apex. Isn't it like a basically like Fortnite meets Call of Duty kind of thing? Like a hybrid between the two. When I say maybe Elden Ring, it means no Elden Ring. I mean, it depends how many like GRIMTOOLS we have. But GRIMTOOLS links we have to look at later. Play some more Elden Ring. I do want to play some more again, yeah. I do want to finish it at some point. I don't know, man. I've been playing it for so many weeks already, and I still haven't finished it. Then again, if I play it like 2 hours a week, then I can't finish it either, right? Okay, there's a Chaos Rift you might or might not wanna look out for when you're going through this Morndale. It's for I mean, it's for a side quest that is really not that impactful, but you can still do it nevertheless. We're gonna leave a portal here though and go for the next Rift Gate again, and then come back to this, and hopefully not forget about the portal this time. To go to the next portal, we want to go to like to the next Rift Gate. We want to go north, right? North towards the city. We'll finish it eventually. Copium? Yeah, I mean, I think if you just rush main story, right, then it's not that much content. If I go back and like start Rani's questline, for example, then it will take like another 100 hours probably. But like knowing my pacing of like missing all side quests in Elden Ring, it's not gonna take that much longer to like defeat the game. Maybe. I mean, I don't know. We'll see. The Purifier. It's a shotgun. Is that a blue item? If it's a blue item or a purple item, then it's probably just a random drop, so that you can't farm it. You just have to kill stuff and hope it drops. Yeah, it's a random drop. There's no way to like target farm it. It would take me like 20 hours just to find Rani. It would take me longer than that, honestly, if I didn't already see where she is. It would have probably like taken until New Game Plus, honestly. Or like until another playthrough with another character. Because I would have never went back to where she actually is, because I thought there's nothing there. Eight hours to find the key, yeah. 8 hours to find the Glitstone Academy key because I didn't read the clue. Oh my god. Yeah. Anyway, down here in the burning cellar, right, you wanna basically only go to this lectern over here. Get the quest item, the Dravis' letter. And also kill the boss, I guess, in here, right? Turnox. But for this build, he doesn't really like drop anything of interest. You could just like move on here. Udenborg Flammenwerfer. Oh, the Purifier, that's how it looks like. Blue items can't be target farmed? I mean, some of them can, but only like 5% or 2% of them. Most of them are random drop, yeah. I mean, some of them you can just buy from certain like faction vendors, but they have to like be faction items for that. And honestly, most green items are better than blue anyway, right? Like, I'm using 2 blue items here. I mean, these are good, yes. This one, I mean, it's okay. But like, a random green could also be better than this. And for this, or this, or this, or this, or this, or this. Even the shoulders, there's like not a single blue item in the game that's better than those right now. I don't know, like, green items are OP in a way, compared to blues. No reason to like ever play blues, really, except for like very specific ones, I feel like. Anyway, what do we want to work on next? Right, we can one-point us for the immobilization, right? It's kind of neat, and also the slow is kind of neat. We could either put points here to go for Primal Bond and Blood Pact next, or put points to things like Pneumatic Burst, and so on, right? You could also like get a 1-pointer here in Weight of Shadow maybe now. Because we have like plus skills to Nightblade. Sorry, to Nightblade 3 now. We also want this higher later. But I think right now we don't need it yet, right? Yeah, let's do this for now. And then we just start pushing towards Primal Bond, where it's gonna be like our exclusive aura of choice. This is an upgrade. Yeah, this is the best upgrade in the game, for sure. glue items. Did I say glue items instead of blue items? Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Alright, let's zoom down here. Go into the sewers. Honestly, I feel like the developers thought that more mobs with resistance reduction equals hard/challenge. Personally, feel like it should not be that way. I mean, it's like part of the challenge. It's not the only way this game is providing challenge though, usually, right? Max RR, like max RR reduction, you mean? In small dosages, not like Roderatus super boss. Yeah, I mean, I agree. It is why, like, Stan especially has been... It's kind of fun to do sometimes. Why Stan has been experimenting with that as well with the bosses in the leagues. What's he doing in the ground? Hello? There should be a counter to the arcane ability. I mean, the counter is just don't have auras, right? Or have items that modify your auras in a way that they're not arcaneable anymore, right? That could actually work, right? I think you could actually make modifiers on gear that change your skills to become, like your auras, at least specific auras, to become, well, non-dispellable. Let's craft some dynamite real quick here over in Homestead, for example. And yeah, I mean, right now, right, arcane projectiles are there because they are, I would say, one of the very few abilities in the game that are just meant to be absolutely dodged by literally every single build, right? Like, if you don't dodge them, you're not playing the game correctly, right? That's basically what they're like telling you. Oops. And having one or two of those abilities in the game, I don't think it's that bad, is it? Or do you feel like you have to defeat every single thing in the game just by equipping the right gear? I mean, maybe you think like that. And it's also fine to think like that, I guess. From like an ARPG's perspective, but...
Iron well spent.
Did I craft dynamite? Of course I didn't. What am I doing? May I ask, what would I recommend to play? Poison Dervish or Cold Infiltrator?
I do the best I can with what I've got.
I feel like they're like both equally good. And also equally squishy, I guess. But both pretty good. I would personally prefer Dervish, I guess, as well, slightly. Yeah, some buffs can't be arcane. Yeah, I mean, it's just like one stat that you like change. I mean, it's literally called like it's a just like a value that you put on true or false, and it's called like dispellable. It's like dispellable, true, false, and like all the player buffs are on true except for Blast Shield, which is on false. And most of the enemy buffs are also on true, except for like some of them as well. So you just need a skill modifier on an item that changes that value from like false, I mean from true to false, and then you could technically make every single like aura in the game non-dispellable. I mean, I'm not gonna, I wouldn't change it by default to like everything, because that's just, I don't know, that's just boring. But like, you could make items that are like hard to obtain, that give you like the ability to become undispellable. Maybe. I mean, squishy doesn't mean that they're bad, right? And if you're playing softcore, like, both of those classes are lots of fun. If it's your very first hardcore character, I mean, you can also just play them if you just like playing them. I'm just saying, like, you should probably expect to die at some point. But then again, if you're on your first hardcore player, like, on your very first hardcore character, you're probably gonna die anyway, like, no matter what you play at some point, right? The first character ever you're making. And if you're playing softcore, then just play Dervish, like, it's tons of fun, I think. It's lots of fun. You don't have to, like, play something else in softcore. It's totally fine for softcore. It's a very good class. It's not like a Defiler that struggles a lot with gear. Like Defiler, for example, which is Demolitionist and Necromancer combination, right? That one has like bad synergy from the masteries, and then you need certain gear to make it work. And if you don't have that gear, which also you don't on your first character, then it's a little sad. It's a little bit of a sad class. But yeah. I mean, you can make every single class combination in this game work, right? With the right gear and if you skill it correctly. Like, all classes can do all, or like almost all content. But yeah, Dervish is certainly a good starter for softcore. Like, it has a lot of damage. And, I mean, for leveling it's also like still decently tanky with the Ascension, for example, right? It's just endgame that I feel like it's a little squishy. But I mean, that's, again, totally fine for softcore. Aether Spaghetti or Elemental with Invoker set? Invoker is not Elemental, right? It's either Fire Lightning or like Fire Lightning Hybrid or something. I guess Aether is better though, because Aether is just a better damage type, probably. Yeah, the weapons that I can recommend on a Dervish is... yeah, the ones that were just mentioned, right? The Rift Scourge Slicers, and then also Ganavakar's Sting. Ganavakar's Stings are weapons that drop from Ganavakar, which is a poison boss, like a scorpion boss over here in this, like behind the Sunbane Oasis. He has really nice weapons as well for Dervish. And the Rift Scourge Scuttlers, they drop from, well, the Rift Scourgers, right, which are, well, which you technically already meet in Act 1, right? Like over here in Lower Crossing already. But they have like a ridiculously low drop chance for that weapon early on. I don't know. I mean, it's fine once you enter the hidden path. If you even know where that is. If you can even find it. It's kind of fine to farm them there, but... I would say at least on normal difficulty, or like veteran / normal difficulty. On your first character, it's more reliable to just farm Ganavakar in Act 7, where you can go right after the first act as well, right? The game opens up Like after doing the first act, the game opens up and you can go like either here or here. Like you can choose. So you could just go here instead and like at least do everything up to this like oasis and then like farm the boss behind the oasis. That's at least what I did, like I think on my last dervish. It's pretty good. Frozen Sky Shard decent for hardcore? Yeah. It's one of the best Arcana skills for sure for hardcore. If not the best actually. I mean I guess Devastation is insane as well, and Aether Ray is also not bad. But Frozen Sky Shard is really safe as well. I think Frozen's like the safest. So I guess the most hardcore friendly because of that. But I mean, Aether Ray is also great, like, I don't know. I think Aether Ray and Trojans are both, like, the best. Like, the best two Arcana skills you can use early. Or, like, while leveling and also endgame, honestly. On a fresh character, at least. For, like, min-max endgame, I feel like Aether Ray is a little weaker. But, I mean, until you get there, it's totally fine. How about Citrus of Consumption? Citrus need gear, otherwise they're not good. But you can farm that gear as well while leveling already. Right, you just need the bone, like the vampiric bone wall. And then like, I think a scepter that like gives you duration on sigils. But sigils is also always a little... I mean, I did a Vitality Conjurer playthrough on the first character. Like some years, like, was it really like 2 years ago? It still works the same way, right? It's still just as good as back then. It is rather... I would describe it as like slow but steady, right? You always have to like make sure your enemies stand inside your sigils. You don't really have like that great mobility. Your damage ability also like doesn't move with you or something like that, right? You don't have like a low cooldown skill you can spam or like things that move with you like the spirits. You have to like put down the sigils. And then for ideal damage, you also need to like stack them, right? Because they stack. Because of that, like, yeah, the longer you're stationary and like the longer your target is also stationary, the stronger the build becomes. But also because of that, it can be a little slow, like walking through areas and like killing stuff. But yeah, very nice leech, very safe. Just a little slow. I don't reach out? Yeah, that's true. What? Dude, what do you even want me to read here though? Like you're just talking to each other. Illuminator mentioned something about our earlier rect said Stan is working on something. Nah, I mean Stan was like in the league, right? You had the two bosses, Rolderatus and Moira, right? We were talking about like minus max resist as a like mechanic basically on bosses, and the Rolderatus has that, but it has it like in the extreme, right? It makes your cold resistance basically useless because it just puts like all your resistances down to 0 or like 1 or whatever it was, right? And then you have Moira, which applies a debuff on you with her like arcane projectiles, which gives you like permanent, I think 2% less max res per stack that you get hit by. Like per unique skill that you get hit by. I was just like referring to that. Like he's not really working on anything like that right now. Maybe he is, I don't know. Maybe he's like designing some secret boss right now. But I just like wanted to mention that he has already like used or like already has experimented with like using that kind of mechanic for bosses in the last league, for example.
I was beginning to lose hope, but you pulled through.
I hope that cleared up whatever you had in mind. You're playing the broadcaster? Yeah, always playing the broadcaster. That's what you always do, it's fine. If you wanna get banned like Zaply, right? then that's what you do.
I've spoken with Grinny. See anything you like?
Shadow Strike and Wendigo Totem. It even wrote of blood suffix, which means bleeding damage, and has shrewd prefix, which means percent cunning. Wait, what? This has triple resistances just like that? Did they buff this? I mean, I guess they buffed this. What the fuck? Dude, it has Pierce Rust, Chaos Rust, and Adamantite Rust as a implicit? Are you kidding me? This is broken as fuck. It doesn't have the OA and DA and the Fizz Rust of Logorians, but triple Rust implicit is still like you can get like triple resistances on top from affixes, right? Then you have like 6 different resistances on one item. I'm not aware. I'm not aware of what. What do I mean even? These got buffed, right? I'm pretty sure they got buffed. What the fuck?
Come see what's left of my wares.
He doesn't know. Él no sabe. Weiß es nicht. Han vet inte. Sutorima Shiranai. Dude, these are sick. Like, the affixes aren't even that good, but like, they're already sick. What the fuck? And a Tiada. Monka. Dude, I'm just gonna equip this, right? Like, what is this? Actually, it's funny, right? These are insane, but I don't need the resistances. Like, if that had Aether Rest, I would like instant pick them, right? But I don't even need the resistances. I mean, I get +3 Shadow Strike, but honestly that's like whatever. I get +3 Wendigo Totem, which would be nice additional healing. If I was face tanking more, and if I was actually like using this ability. I might use it later, yeah. Once I have like Blood Pact available to me as well, then I probably will use this, but until then... I mean, I can keep them, but... And they are insane. I just don't need them right now. Hunde, die bellen, beißen nicht. Who is barking though? Bourbon's dog has come barking. The streamer's lag dogs have come barking. Hey, Grim Dawn, Omega lol. Yo, NV, welcome on. Did you already get a new place, or are you still looking?
There you are.
New place to stay? Whee! Already past Homestead, your favorite part? Yeah, we should like go and visit Homestead later today, right? To say hello to Homestead him. To visit his grave at the entrance of Homestead. Okay, that's toxic. Gazerman pillow? Dude, I wish. I wish. Gimme. Dude, Homestead Him should be like legit your new Twitch name. Like, I don't know why you don't like embrace the name, man. It's like the It rolls so well off the tongue as well. Like, it's just perfect. Homestead Helm. You would be famous like in no time if you actually like, streamed under the name of Homestead Helm. A man of many names. I mean, Homestead Helm is the name though, right? Yo, Plasma Strike, how are you, man? Welcome, welcome. Good day to you, sir. Priscilla body pillow? Waifu body pillow? What about Corinia? Or Anastasia body pillow? What do we have here? Flesh Weaver Hinisius, and I have like bad Aetherus, right? Oh well. Just don't die, right? Just don't die. Yep. Just dodge all the Aether Flames around you. You want the Wrecked by Protoss body pillow? Not sure if I should feel flattered or weirded out. Of me flexing like this. I want a Zaply body pillow. Never mind, that would just get banned anyway. You actually enjoy the lore around Ethereals. You've actually read the... what? Homestead Helm can read? Pog? I mean, yeah, if you're about to work as a teacher, then you have to educate yourself, right? You have to... if you like want to teach people anything about like history, for example, then you need to get your facts, right? Fuck you. What do you mean fuck you? You're beaming about like reading all it like, since forever, right? Since we know each other at least. Can you study reading in an A? Oh my god. Chat is super toxic today. I mean, I guess including myself. A wrecked body pillow, a ground zero bobblehead, and a Helm doll. A doll in quotation marks. I see. I see. NA reading is more like skimming, to be honest. Yeah, I've noticed. But then again, like my reading isn't any better, honestly, especially when I stream. Like, imagine reading. And I've read like everything in Grim Dawn, all the lore and so on, but like not on stream, right? Only off stream, really. Anyway, we've made it to like Crown Hill. I've been zooming through here. I mean, you should go back actually and
So this is what
do some of these side quests, right? Like do all the side quests as well. We're gonna do like it a little efficient here, like trying to do one more event, like the first event here actually, that we need to do for this main quest. You shouldn't die to these titans, like don't die to these titans. I mean, if you have like decent armor, decent physicalness, and also more Aetheress than me, then you shouldn't have any problem with this, right? You need to like defeat these vents, like destroy these vents here. Then we can go back to the Steel Cap district, actually, like hand in some of those side quests we have done to pick up new ones.
good work out there. You could put this.
Do not make a doll of you. Especially the one up here, right? We need to talk to Yvonda, because if you don't pick up this quest, then you won't spawn the chest which contains the quest item for this, like, quest, right? So you cannot actually do this one in advance. You have to get the quest first to then get the quest item, right? To make the quest item, or rather the chest which contains the quest item spawn in the first place, right? Zoomy. Slow down. I'm an outplayed man, like I cannot like not use Shadow Strike. What do you mean? Zoomies. Movement speed buff when? Yeah, I don't know, man. Apparently it's not that easy to like add a max movement speed for some reason. Hey, level 50, we're like halfway there to level 100. I mean, time-wise not really, of course. But yeah, honestly I think everything between what we have now and the 150% movement speed max would be, I think, totally fine for this game. 135 sometimes does feel kind of slow. It doesn't really matter that much on carriers that can use Shadow Strike or Blitz, but like on ranged or casters it does feel really slow sometimes. Alright, so we got the Yvonda's memory, right? This was the quest item here. We can also talk to this guy, right? Nadia. Blah blah, right? Very nice to meet you. And so on and so on. Now I'm not sure if I need to be respected for the next quest or if friend is already enough. Alright, there's another quest for the Black Iron Docks, right? Let's pick it up.
Good on you, I believe.
Okay, let's see what Karina has to say here.
Captain, I'm planning a new push against the.
Okay.
I'm planning a new push against the Ethereals, but my people are not all prepared yet.
Alright, we're not prepared yet, so we can't go to the docks. Yet. We can return her note. You can also not return her note, and then go to the place where she, like, tells you about. Or like rather her note tells you about, and then loot her place and get another achievement like that. That is actually something you can do, yes. But you can only do it if you don't give her back her memory, right? Once you've given her memory back to her, then, well, you need to either do this on another character or on the next difficulty instead, right? Don't play the voice lines, spoilers. What? It was, you were reading today that on Reddit that leveling to 100 in GRIMTOOLS is actually grindy. The last time I've read that was, I think, when somebody posted, or like the guy posting that was leveling to 100 on normal difficulty, and he never went to higher difficulties. I mean, then it's actually grindy, understandable, yes. But I don't know, dude, like... I mean, depends, like, what your standard is, right? If you're playing Grim Dawn for the very first time, then getting to 100, also like reading all the lore notes, exploring all the side areas, sure, like that can take you like $100 or even longer. Especially if you have like close to zero experience with other RPGs, then yes, it can take quite a while. But if you use something like Path of Exile or even Last Epoch, then getting to 100 in Grim Dawn is certainly quicker than those games, like a lot quicker. Grinding compared to auto battlers. I mean, I would say like 100 hours to level 100 is a very common thing in this game for new players. It's very common. Way more common than you would think. But I don't know. I feel like usually people take like maybe 50 hours, right? When I level to 100 on like a fresh character like this, it's usually like taking, I don't know, 20 to 25 hours while I'm like talking about the game. I mean, yes, I do know where to go and so on and so on. So if you like say double of that time is like what another like new player would take usually, so I would say 50 hours, right? But then again, I think also like my very first playthrough was certainly more than 50 hours. Or maybe it was like 50 hours, but until like level 85, right? Which was like the max level back then. But also I was basically a noob to RPGs. I mean, they played some Diablo 3 before that, but Diablo 3 doesn't really count, right? Yeah, I mean, I also read all the lore and so on, so... Like, full cleared all maps first time playing them. Which I'm obviously not doing right now, so... You can easily spend, like, double the time that I'm spending here reading all the lore and, like, dying a couple of times to bosses and, like, exploring all maps fully. Yeah, I would say, like, 50 to 100 hours is fair for first character, for sure. And, I mean, if you consider, like, many actual players, or, like, gamers in general, don't play a game for more than 40 or 50 hours, then I guess 100 is grindy. Right, if you're, like, used to... I don't know. More like one of those, like, blockbuster games, I don't know, like... If you're like a Tomb Raider gamer maybe, I don't know, and like just care about the main story and don't do like any of the side secrets and so on. Alright, in the infestation though, there are a couple of spots you want to visit because there are certain chests that only spawn there once per like difficulty per playthrough, like this one over here. I would say on lower difficulties like Elite and Normal, these aren't that important to click on. But once you're in Ultimate, those become way more important because they're so-called one-shot chests, and in Ultimate difficulty at least they will have a 100% chance to either give you a legendary item or a legendary tier blueprint. So they are really, really important to like click on, at least on Ultimate difficulty. Right now, I mean, if you find them, sure, obviously you click on them. If you don't, whatever, right? On normal difficulty, honestly, like the only thing that matters is that you like get acquainted with the game, and you like maybe read the lore, get to know the game, experience everything once, take your time. But about loot, you don't really like need to worry about loot. Like you don't have to save any items really. All the items you have now, like all the items that you have now, are gonna be useless later on anyway. So yeah, don't sweat anything honestly. Like just play the game and whatever, right? Without DLC, it's no level 100. Yeah. But then again, I don't know. Why would you play Grim Dawn without DLC in the current year? I don't know. I mean, you can play it to like test it a bit, I guess. But once you like it, you should just like get the full game, honestly. Like Grim Dawn without expansions is like Diablo 2 without a lot of destruction, right? Or it's like, I don't know. It just doesn't feel complete. It's 85 actually. 85 was max without expansions, not 84. Grim Dawn without expansion is just like Diablo 3. Yeah. That's your favorite part? Every time I have said that nobody has agreed with you, I've even had people tell you they hate it. I mean, from what I've learned about the Grim Dawn community, even with the streamers don't like grinding in this game, so maybe it's just a thing in the community. Yeah. I mean, the average gamer doesn't really like grinding that much, I guess. Or, I mean, yeah, the Grim Dawn community and Grim Dawn gamers in general, I would say, don't like grinding as much as, say, Path of Exile gamers do. I mean, some people have purposely chosen Grim Dawn over games like Path of Exile because it's not as grindy, and thus they would never expect something grindy really out of Grim Dawn. It's also like whenever we like try to add something that's like maybe a little bit more grindy to the leagues, that like those things are generally not liked that much, right? Which is understandable. I don't really like grinding that much myself either. I mean, some is fine, but like, I don't know. And the thing is, like, you can still grind, right? You can still go for that like perfect triple rare green monster frequent if you really want to. Like, you can grind for those insane items. The difference is that like grinding for those insane items in Grim Dawn gives you like, I don't know, maybe like 1 to 5% more power level on your character, and not like 50% more like in other games where it's like worth to actually grind. Like, you can grind if you want to, it's just not that worth it in this game. But yeah, if you enjoy that, then you can still do it, right? You can still do it. That's also true Arcanon do. Like, the Grim Dawn was grindier back in the day. It became less and less grindy over the years, honestly. Or like, it became easier to get good gear. The change with the green items, like with the affixes though, I think overall that's a good change, because like, I feel like old green item drop rates, or like old rare affix drop rates for green items would have been fine if legendaries weren't as as common as they are. Like, getting like, I don't know, like 50 legendaries is so easy in this game compared to like other games. Like, if legendary drop rates overall were like a lot lower, I don't know, then green items with old affix or like old rare affix probability would be fine. Yeah, drop rates in Grim Dawn are never meant to be for like trading. They are always like balanced around SSF basically. Whereas in Path of Exile, many items, maybe not all, but like many items are balanced around like trading, right? Whereas in Grim Dawn, everything is meant to be obtainable on yourself, like on your own. And if you look at like the leagues, right, and I would say like everything is obtainable within like 3 months. If you play like a decent amount, right? For sure. Probably less than that. You didn't enjoy running Pod Library 30 times to get Vanquisher Peace in Season 2. I mean, that's the thing, right? Like, running one place 30 times is like not even grinding for other people, right? Like, for you, that's something that you would say is already like almost borderline too much grinding, right? But like for the average PoE player, like running like the same map 30 times is like it's a joke, right? Like, grind would be to them maybe if you like run it 100 times, right? Not 30 times. By the way, that's NPC here. I mean, it doesn't matter, right, what you do. There's no real impact on the story whether you kill him or not. At least right now. It's like warming up for them, yeah, exactly. So welcome in Muffin Man and Dark Action, how you guys doing? 4K burial chamber runs in one league. 4,000 burial chamber runs, holy shit, dude. Yeah, like that's the level of grind like people are talking about when they mean like Path of Exile or like ARPG grind, like actual grind. Like Grim Dawn doesn't have any of that. And I guess the reason why you can do that in Path of Exile and not in Grim Dawn is because maps are, to a certain extent, like randomly generated in Grim Dawn. They're not, so even if like it's the same, if it's like the same map, like just because the map is like built or like put together a little bit differently every single time, you might not get bored or like burned out quite as quickly as you are in Grim Dawn. The most important thing is the content that's generated, not the layout. I mean, yeah, if Path of Exile didn't have like all those leagues and all those league mechanics built into their maps that you're like running alongside the map, if you're like running the map, right? Then it would also be a lot more boring, right? Like imagine running maps without any league mechanic. It would be the same as Grim Dawn, right? Literally the same. I mean, yeah, you still have like slightly randomly generated maps, but in the end it's kind of like the same. Which is why, well, the last league tried to basically add one of those, like, in quotation marks, like league mechanics with the ambushes, right? So that did bring us, like, give us some variety, at least to a certain extent, like within the possibilities of this engine, at least. Same with beta runs in Diablo 2. Yeah, Diablo 2 grinding, like, I mean, I never really did it. I watched it and I was like already bored. I felt already burned out of Diablo 2 just like by watching people like run Bale. I don't know. I feel like Grim Dawn grinding is a lot, like has a lot more variety than Diablo 2 already. Anyway, we're here in the Sanctum of the Flesh, right? If you have paid attention to the actual lore, I hope you have. Then this is a pretty big moment, right? Fighting Therion here on the Split Trickster. Here's a spoiler, more than one phase boss with the other. Actually, the first two are kind of easy though. The last one was a little scarier. You have lots of time to like prepare yourself, like to regroup yourself. It's not really any group to regroup here, but to regroup yourself between each stage though. And as long as you like make sure to apply all the bleed properly, you just like tick down comfortably, right? You're not gonna like have super bursty kill times because bleed always needs to ramp, right? It's a dot from different sources, needs to ramp up first. It should be smooth, and whenever things get like a little hairy, you can always move back. Pay attention to his like abilities maybe, like dodge them, right? Like those, I don't know. Such mechanics in Grim Dawn, wow. It's another ability here. And he also has like a dunk slam, which he didn't even do. But yeah. Not too bad, right? And if you have more Aether Rest, it should be like a comfortable phase tanker here, I would say. But the combination of me not having proper like leech, just like heals that I can press every now and then, and also no real heal on devotions yet either, and also like low Aether Rest meant that I had to, well, maybe respect his damage a little bit, at least. You think Ultimate Veteran would unironically not be bad for Grim Dawn? Yeah, same, I think it would be fine.
Tell me. So it is finished then. Can't afford to underestimate our enemies.
Alright.
We've been prepared. I'm talking about the.
Alright, she's telling us to go to the Black Iron Docks now. But do we want to go there now? I don't know. She could have asked me earlier, right? Okay. doing these quests, like these main story quests, are like the last main story quest of each like main expansion and also vanilla, right? Gives you a legendary item. After defeating Logarian, you get one. After defeating this guy, you get one. Right, at the Union, you get... I mean, I got Golemborn Greaves, which... I mean, they are pretty good. So I guess we use them. I feel like I'm using them in every single playthrough, but they're so good, dude. Like, how can you not use them? At least on hardcore, they're like super good. On softcore, I mean, you don't have to use them, but on hardcore, they're like super good. At least as like a filler pair of boots, right? They're not necessarily best in slot, but they're like really good as a filler. Diablo 2 is just Resident Sleeper. Level 99, Diablo 2 is just another level. Yeah, I don't know, it's like another level of wasting your lifetime in a way, I guess. I mean, all games are in a way, I guess, as long as you... But as long as you enjoy your time playing them, it's never like a waste of lifetime, is it? But then again, the way of grind in Diablo 2 that's required to get to 100 is something I would personally not enjoy, at least. You just want more projectiles, more AoE, more movement speed, more, yep. Just more, yep. If you're making money out of the runs, yeah, I don't know. I mean, are people? I mean, I guess people who were making money out of farming those runs. I don't know. Alright, now the Black Iron Docks are open here. Which means we can cleanse this place from the ethereal corruption, basically. Out of games? Oh, yeah. True. Can you link a build? Yeah, sure. If you want me to actually look at your build though, usually that is with the channel points, right? Called like Doctor My Build or something like that. Which we can also do, but preferably after I did the Forgotten Gods expansion, which we're about to enter right now. It's not gonna take too long. Maybe like an hour. We'll see. I mean, I could also just like take a small peek at it if you just have like 1 or 2 questions. But yeah, I mean, feel free to link your build. Just put it in chat. I'm not the only person that can probably help you, like, we have lots of knowledgeable people in chat here, so... they might also be happy to help. Yo, X1, welcome on. Thanks for the donation. Let's go to... yeah, I mean, this place is done, right? Let's hand in the quest. We're done with this act, for normal difficulty at least.
Was the mission a success?
The mission was a success indeed. Alright. What do I need here later? Let's see. What do I go for? So I'm gonna go for McDrogan the Wolf, right? What did I go for Lion again? For the movement speed? I don't know, I don't need the movement speed, right? I just put like 1 or 2 points on this right now. What did I take Lion? What am I doing? Refund. I mean, we need it later, but like right now it's really not needed, to be honest. Let's just go for Mogdrogan, right? So that means we go for this. And then remove this. And then we go for... We need 3 more green and purple. Wait, no, we need more than 3 green. Actually, we do need Lotus, right? Let's go for Lotus. Lotus, and then we need also Quill or Toad, right? Okay. What's my movement speed now? Still maxed? I mean, okay, that's fine then. Alright, so we're done here, right? Actually, there's... Oh yeah, did I forget about the rift again? I did, right? Pretty sure I did forget about the rift. I keep saying, like, I've got to go back to these rifts that I put somewhere, and then I forget about them anyway, right? Okay, there is a build. Let's just check it out right now then, I guess. Alright, we're here on the Lone Watch, and we were doing what? We were trying to finish that last quest here, right? I didn't go to the Void because I missed going into my portal that I left here, right? So let's do that. I guess I could have also like reset the game here, then at least I would have had some mobs to fight here. But then also I would have reset the location of my portal, which could also be bad, because this portal has like 4 or 5 spawn locations. But will I remember the spawn location now? That's the other question. I guess it was over here. Looks like it was over there. Yeah. You could go to the left here, like explore a bit at least, and kill some mobs as well at the same time. At least, right? Okay. There it is, nice. So we're only doing this because we need to find more evidence of the Ravens traversing these lands, right? That's the quest. We already got the evidence from the lectern, but there's actually another evidence that you need to find down here as well. And there's this Chthonian you can kill here, which is a little stronger. Elixir of the Hunt, that's actually a pretty nice blueprint. We need to find a undead in a Chthonian rift here, which is rather unusual. Where does he even spawn, dude? Does he have a fixed spawn location or not? I don't know, actually. I know the Chthonian doesn't have a fixed spawn location, he always has a random one. But this guy... oh yeah, there he is, right. Bandragos, the Rod of the Ravens. Imagine turning the camera. Imagine. Did I just get Eye of the Storm Relic at level 52? That's insane. Imagine being a shaman right now. Absolutely insane. What the fuck? Also, oh yeah, we didn't talk about... First of all, I didn't make a new GRIMTOOLS link for this character. Second of all, we didn't talk about what's it called? Like relics, right? We wanna craft the Slaughter relic once we are done with Mammoth, right? Which we are now. So we want to go to the vendor in Mammoth and actually farm him for all, or like almost all the tier 2 relic recipes, right? Okay. Ah shit, can I talk to these guys again? I always forget about this. Oh well. Where is the rift again? Let's go back in. Did I skip at GRIMTOOLS? Is there another one? Monka. Alright, this quest here, right, with these Bloodsworn, actually affects another spawn in Forgotten Gauls, right? You have the Temple of Atep later in the Ruins of Abid, or earlier, depending on like when you did that part, right? And the spawn of the boss in the Temple of Atep actually like kind of depends on what you do with these guys, right? If you save them, you will get a different spawn there than you get by default. If you don't save them, then you will get the same as default. So let's help them here to show you the other one, I guess. Next build, you want to try an axe bow, like a crossbow. Can you recommend a new friendly hardcore build to combine with a crossbow? Well, first of all, crossbows are nothing special in this game, right? They're just the same as two-handed guns, right? There's really no difference between a two-handed gun and a crossbow in this game, unfortunately, which is kind of sad, to be honest. So you're basically like looking for any like two-handed ranged build, and then you can just go to the... You can like use any two-handed ranged weapon, right? And then you can go to the illusionist and like just apply a like crossbow illusion on it, basically, right? And then you're technically playing a crossbow build. If you want to play an actual crossbow, I would say the Ugdenborg Arcano Weaver or something like that. Or no, or I don't know, there's like some kind of like green elemental fire strike weapon which you can play for like a fire strike purifier. That's fine. And of course you can play the Ugdenborg Spark Thrower, right? That's a gun though, for 200 lightning promise strike, but then you can just, well, use the illusionist to make it a crossbow. You can also, as chat said, use the mythical or unmythical silver bolt, right? That's a level 50 or level 84 respectively. Purple legendary crossbow. Which, well, it's really good for like pierce builds, right? Really nice for pierce builds. Yeah, Valdoon is also good for pierce, I guess. 200 pierce. Yeah, I mean, if you don't have like any specific like items for endgame, then yeah, like Valdoon is out of the question for now. You can try, I guess, maybe like to find the blue sharpshooter set that's like easier to find for pierce. Or was it fire actually? I don't know. It's like, I mean, yeah, if you want to play 200 ranged, basically, you want to play either a purifier or a vindicator or a druid, I would say. Like if you play the shaman, you play promise strike ranged. If you play demolitionist, you play fire strike ranged, right? And then secondary, you either go, well, with the shaman you can play inquisitor secondary or arcana secondary. With the demolitionist, I would just say inquisitor secondary is good. And you could also play a soldier, right? Soldier plus inquisitor, for example, and play like 200 ranged cadence. That also works, not too bad. I would say it's a little worse for a starter than the fire strike or promise strike one, because it's like not as smooth, but it's really strong as well end game. play a Blitz Warlord. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. And that's this strong but also rather boring choice. Yeah. Also, why am I already going here in Forgotten Gods? I wanted to go to Steel Cap District, right? And then go to the vendor, which allows you to target farm those relics, right? So over here, right, you have the faction Quartermaster over here, Claudia, and then you have Hiram, right? And Hiram can sell you basically all the blueprints for all the tier 2, so like epic relics of the game, right? Let's actually do this first though. Okay. You can go to the stash tab number 4 here, and then just like look at these. There's actually Slaughter Relic. There it is, right? That's all we wanted. You can like buy all of these if you want to. And then we already have the relic that we want, but I can show you what you can do if you don't get it on the first try, right? You can like just port somewhere else, right? Like wait again like 15 seconds, then port back, and then the vendor will have reset, and you will get new blueprints that it can sell you. And this way you basically can farm like all the tier 1 and tier 2 relics in the game already on normal difficulty without having to like do any totems or stuff like that, right? You cannot farm the tier 3 endgame relics here, but tier 1 and 2 at least, so you will get like plenty of relics for sure. You will always see like at the bottom if you have like already learned these or not, so like don't buy the ones that you have already learned. But we can like buy these two for example again, right? And you do this over and over on this character until you get the Slaughter Relic, and also all the relics that you need to have to craft that Slaughter Relic, right? So we need Ruination, Rampage, Inferno, and Blessed Whetstone, right? Ruination, Rampage, and Inferno. Do I even have those? I have Ruination, Rampage, and Inferno, I guess. I got lucky here. If you don't have these yet, then you can either... like then you would have to either reset this vendor until you get all the ones that you want, or actually before you do that you should check out GRIMTOOLS or the wiki, because some of these tier 1 relics are sold by other factions and not by this vendor. Like you can buy them from other factions once you're friendly with them, or other actually respected, right? Not friendly. Like Devil's Crossing, for example, I think sells one. Homestead and so on and so on. Like so you can like check out all of these as well for blueprints of tier 1 relics at least. Now we need another Manticore Eye, right? Now where do you farm Manticore Eyes? I would say the best spot is Pine Barrens. Or actually you could also check out Ancient Grove, right? There is a shrine as well as as well as a Manticore at the Ancient Grove, right? Now you could also do the entire dungeon. Maybe do that today.
Go right, I'd look it up for you.
Alright, alright. Did some quests here as well. No, the Ancient Grove was one of those skeleton key dungeons. Like the Steps of Torment as well. Which we haven't even done yet at all. Yeah, I guess we should do that first as well. Let's do it like right after this. Dude, so many things I haven't showed you guys. Oh well. I mean, most of these dungeons are really optional on normal difficulty, and you rather need to do them on higher difficulties. Like right now they're not that important. But yeah, you also get a skeleton key for free here at 1 key. From the sky, like Mokjogan, in front of the Ancient Grove. which is also overall like a pretty decent spot to farm like those living rings, right? These rings, or what are they called? Like those guns for Promise Strike. If you're playing a Promise Strike character and so on and so on, right? But yeah, the real reason why we're here is just this shrine for now. Should clear this easily. And then we go to the entrance of the grove. Because there's a manticore protecting that one. There are also like actually some manticores in here as well. Might get lucky here and get an eye here, a manticore eye as well. I guess I'm gonna do Forgotten Gods next episode actually, right? Because it's already getting kinda late. But it's fine. We got tiered in, we got the Slaughter Relic. Just need to find like that one more Manticore Eye. And I guess we run the Ancient Grove, right? We'll show you the Ancient Grove here, and that's it. Yeah, this is the Manticore protecting this area. There we go, and oh, so she dropped a eye. Which means I don't even have to run the Grove now, right? I guess I don't run it right now, I just want to craft the relic. Oh, that's all I want to do right now. Also, going here means that I have reset the vendor again. Which means I can check it out again. We have another Slaughter Relic, which we don't need of course, but we also have this Terror Relic. Now we can craft the Slaughter Relic, and this will boost the entire build by quite a bit, because it will give us +1 all skills to Nightblade, which is insane, right? Insane. We get a completion bonus, +1 to Heartseeker, that's not that insane. We're also gonna lose Elemental Rust and lose some movement speed, right? Which means we might have to put some more points into Kinetic Burst finally, right? Yeah, let's do that for now. And then we're gonna like still work on Primal Bond later. So we're at 20 points here, 20 points here. We want to reach 24 points in Blade Spirits, right? Because then we get 3 Blade Spirits. That's like top priority right now. And then of course like reaching Primal Bond. Pretty sure we're done here though, right? We've done like all the quests from the Ashes of Mammoth quest.
I'll give you a good price for what I've got left. Save storage.
Alright, devotional wise we have reached Mogdogan quite not yet. So yeah, we're gonna complete Lotus and then get either Quill or Toad, and then we can finally get to Mogdogan the Wolf, right? Alright. Yeah, I think this is actually gonna be it for me today then. There is apparently a chest with +3 to Blade Spirits now on this current 1.1.9.6 patch that we can get in the Forgotten Gods Act, and then we just need to like find +1 to Blade Spirit somehow. I don't know. Maybe like on a amulet with like +1 all skills to Nightblade. Probably like Elena's, for example. And yeah, then we have actually 24 points in our Blade Spirits, which would be insane. 3 Blade Spirits, like around level 50 while leveling would be insane. Or like around level 60 maybe. But yeah. Anyway, thanks so much for watching on YouTube as well. I'll catch you around on the next episode.